Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging headfirst into a watch that's become a bit of a legend, the Seiko Turtle SRPE93.
Hmm.
This isn't just about a timepiece. It's about this fascinating blend of retro charm, incredible utility, and honestly, an unexpected splash of pop culture coolness.
It really has that.
It's a true enthusiast favorite, and our mission today is really to uncover the exact nuggets that explain its enduring appeal, its unique design choices, and, what makes it such a standout.
Yeah, it's interesting how this particular watch, with its roots stretching way back to the 1970s, really carved its own path.
Right.
We'll explore why its turtle nickname is just so perfectly fitting and how Seiko consistently pioneered these dive watches with bold designs that kind of defied the more traditional conventions, Swiss brands like Rolex or Blancpain.
Yeah, they went their own way.
They really did.
Absolutely, and that independent spirit is so key to its story. So let's unpack this lineage. Seiko, being the world's oldest Japanese watchmaking brand, was a pioneer in dive watches. But they always seemed to approach design and engineering too a little differently, didn't they?
They certainly did. The original turtle, specifically references 6306 and 6309, made its debut way back in 1976.
76.
And the 6306 was actually exclusive to the Japanese market, which, well, it's why finding vintage examples of that one today can be a real treasure hunt for collectors.
Ah, right. Harder to find.
Exactly. The 6309, on the other hand, that was made for international customers.
It's remarkable how a simple design element can spark such an enduring nickname. What was it about those cushion-shaped cases and the softly rounded lugs that so perfectly captured that turtle essence when you look at it? It really is spot on.
It's all about that unique silhouette. From above, the case just flows almost organically into the lugs, creating this unmistakable rounded, shell-like appearance. And what's also fascinating is that the reference numbers for these early models directly corresponded to their automatic movements. So the caliber 6306A came with hacking seconds.
Okay, so the second hand stops when you set the time. Precision.
Exactly. While the 6309A did not have that feature. Both, though, boasted incredibly rugged construction and 150 meters of water resistance, which quickly earned them a reputation for reliability.
So incredibly rugged for its time, and not just for professional divers, it seems. This watch even made its way into pop culture. Actor Ed Harris famously wore it in the 1989 film The Abyss.
That's right, the Abyss classic.
It's almost funny how some watches just seem to find their way onto the wrists of legends, isn't it? You rarely see a truly boring watch on a rock star like Mick Jagger.
Yeah, Mick Jagger, the Rolling Stones.
Or Brian May of Queen. They were also spotted wearing it. What do you think it is about the turtle's character that appealed to these fighters?
I think it's that blend of sort of understated capability and that very distinctive design. It doesn't scream for attention like some other luxury watches, maybe, but it has this undeniable presence.
Yeah, a certain coolness.
Definitely. That said, despite its popularity, the original turtle's chunky, quirky case might have been a bit too off the wall for some, even back in the experimental 1970s.
Right, maybe a step too far for the mainstream then.
Perhaps. So Seiko made a pivotal move in 1982, introducing a more conventional version.
And that was the ref. 6309-729A, famously known as the Slim Turtle, right? Produced until 1988.
That's the one.
Now, I can see why some might argue it didn't quite live up to the original turtle nickname. The case was more angular. Was this Seiko consciously trying to broaden its appeal, maybe sacrificing a bit of that unique turtle charm for a wider audience?
That's a great observation. And while it might have lost some of the original's unique quirkiness, the Slim Turtle actually played a crucial, perhaps even unexpected role.
Oh, how so?
It provided the direct template for Seiko's most enduringly popular dive watch, the now discontinued ref, SKX007.
Wow, okay. The SKX007, that's huge.
Exactly. So you see how even a seemingly less iconic iteration can have a profound impact, laying the groundwork for future successes. The original turtle design, it faded for a time, but, well, its triumphant return was almost inevitable.
And what a return it was. The original turtle design made that huge comeback in 2016. That was part of the major rebranding of Seiko's Prospects line, their professional specifications watches.
Prospects line, yeah.
And this led to the ref, SRP777, which is the direct ancestor of our focus today, the SRPE93. It really felt like Seiko was listening to what enthusiasts wanted,
Absolutely. The SRP777 was a very faithful revival of that cult classic 6309, but it came packed with significant technical upgrades.
Like what specifically?
Well, we're talking about the more modern Seiko 4R36 automatic caliber, and importantly, increased water resistance up to 200 meters.
Okay, a nice jump from 150.
Definitely. Aesthetically, the black dial now explicitly touted this increased depth rating and replaced the original model's 150M text with that stylized X, the Prospex logo.
Right, the X signifies prospect.
Exactly. Plus, its solid caseback also had the Airdiver's 200M inscription, signifying its air diving capabilities.
Okay, so we've covered its fascinating past. Let's bring it right up to the present. What are the distinct features of the modern SRPE93 that make it stand out today? Let's really get under its shell, so to speak.
Let's do it.
Following its ancestors, the modern Prospex SRPE93 has some hefty dimensions on paper. A 45mm diameter, 47.7mm lug-to-lug, and a 13.2mm thickness.
Yeah, it sounds big.
It does. But here's the interesting part that surprises so many reviewers. Because of those famous shortened turtle leg lugs, it consistently wears quite a bit smaller on the wrist than these muscular numbers might suggest.
That's the magic of that case shape.
The SRP777, its immediate predecessor, was just a tad smaller at 44.3mm, right?
Slightly, yeah. The case itself is crafted from robust stainless steel.
Right.
It features this beautiful brushed finish on its surface, but with polished facets on the sides, which adds a nice touch of refinement.
Bit of visual interest.
Exactly. And crucially for a dive watch, its screw-down crown is unconventionally placed down at the 4.30 position.
Yeah, that's quite distinctive.
It is. And it also sports prominent fluting, those chunky grooves that make it super easy to grip and operate, even if you're wearing thick diver's gloves underwater. That's a really practical detail. Makes you realize how much the thought goes into a true tool watch.
Totally. And that functionality continues with the bezel, right? The dive scale bezel, black aluminum insert.
Yep, rotates in one direction only, unidirectional, which is critical safety feature for divers. Prevents accidentally decreasing your dive time.
Can't mess that up.
Definitely not. It quicks with a satisfying 120 distinct movements, allowing you to precisely set your dive times on that 60-minute scale. And the 12 o'clock or 60-minute marker is designated by a luminous dot inside an inverted triangle. Makes for quick orientation.
Easy to see at a glance. What about the crystal?
For the crystal, Seiko opted for Hardlex. That's their proprietary mineral glass.
Not sapphire, then?
No, not sapphire. And while it might not be quite as scratch-proof as sapphire, it's actually much more resistant to shattering under impact.
Oh, okay.
For a rugged tool watch designed for active use, many prospective wearers would agree that this impact resistance is a very sensible and valuable trade-off.
Yeah, that makes sense. Don't want it shattering if you knock it.
Exactly. And flipping the watch over, the solid screw-down case back, which screws securely into the case, features a matte surface emblazoned with a relief-engraved medallion depicting a tsunami.
The famous Seiko wave.
That iconic image, yeah. It's been a long-time symbol on Seiko's divers' watches. This imagery, along with the clear inscription, Divers Watch 200M, replacing the air diver text on the earlier SRP777, subtly differentiates the SRPE93 and really reinforces its bona fides.
Moving to the face of the watch, the SRPE93's dial is matte black. It's designed to evoke that legibility-first ethos of the 1960s and 70s divers that inspired this re-edition. You'll find white printed hash marks on the minute track and an assortment of big applied geometrical shapes for the hour markers. They're not just for show, are they? Very clear.
Not at all. These distinct geometrical markers are a very deliberate design choice, harkening back to that legibility-first principle we mentioned. They include 8 clear round bubbles at the 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, and 11 o'clock positions, 2 pointer-tipped wedges at 6 and 9 o'clock, and then a wider wedge bisected by kind of sword motif right in the center at 12 o'clock.
I see that.
The variety in shapes helps you quickly orient yourself, even by feel or just a quick glance, even in challenging conditions. Low light, murky water.
Right. And a day-date window sits prominently at 3 o'clock, accompanied by a small luminous pip. Now this pip, this seemingly minor detail, actually represents the most significant functional difference between the SRP93 dial and its very similar predecessor, the SRP777, which had no pip next to the window.
That's right. Why the change?
Seiko added this pip specifically to comply with ISO dive watch standards. Those rigorously require low-light legibility at all the hour markers, every single one.
Ah, the ISO standards. Gotcha.
The other consequence of this change, though, was that the SRPE93 day-date window lacks that subtle beveling around the edges that gave the SRP777 version just a bit more visual depth, a small trade-off for compliance.
Interesting detail. And the handset itself is among the most distinct, really emblematic features of the Seiko Turtle models. Instantly recognizable.
Yeah, very bold.
It combines a wide, sword-shaped hour hand with a syringe-like tip, a similarly thick, arrow-shaped minutes hand, and then a seconds hand with a round counterweight that, at a glance, appears to be a smaller version of those bubble hour indexes. Every element is just designed for immediate readability.
Maximum legibility. And speaking of readability, all those markers, the hour and minute hand entirely, the seconds hand's counterweight, and that crucial bezel pip we just discussed, they're all coated with Seiko's proprietary LumiBright.
LumiBright. Yeah, that's Seiko's Spiral Lume. It takes the base compound found in, say, superluminova strontium aluminate and enhances it with specific elements like europium and dysprosium.
Okay, so it's their own formula.
It's their secret sauce, basically. Okay. It's designed to absorb light energy more rapidly and maintain its powerful, vibrant glow for significantly longer periods, which is absolutely crucial for visibility in dark environments, especially deep underwater.
Makes sense. And when you look at the dial text, it's pretty clean. The classic Seiko logo appears in white type at 12 o'clock, and the Prospex X emblem is stacked cleanly above automatic and 200 meters. Clearly communicates its core features.
Yep, simple and clear. And that automatic designation on the dial refers, of course, to the self-winding movement inside the case. Seiko's in-house caliber 4R36.
The 4R36.
Yeah, this is a widely popular and, frankly, fairly ubiquitous workhorse in Seiko's mechanical watch repertoire today. It was introduced back in 2011, and it essentially replaced and superseded the older caliber 7S36 movement.
How did it improve on the 7S36?
Crucially, by adding both a hacking seconds function, which we discussed earlier for precise time setting,
right, stopping the second hand,
and hand winding capability, meaning you can actually wind the watch manually via the crown if you want to, or if it's stopped.
Ah, okay. Useful features. So it's a true workhorse, but let's talk specs quickly. It measures 27.4 millimeters in diameter, pretty standard, 5.32 millimeter thin. It offers 24 joules, a steady 3 Hz frequency that's 21,600 vibrations per hour, and a power reserve of around 41 hours. Serviceable, but maybe not stellar power reserve.
Yeah, 41 hours is decent, not groundbreaking, but fine for daily wear.
Now, Seiko claims an average daily accuracy of plus 45-35 seconds for this movement. That sounds like a fairly wide range to some enthusiasts. Is that truly acceptable for a modern dive watch, even at this price? Or does it hint at maybe a deliberate decision by Seiko to prioritize other things, like durability or cost?
That's a really important question, and one you hear a lot. While this tolerance certainly isn't, chronometer level.
I'm clearly not COSC certified.
No, definitely not. But it's absolutely fine for an everyday wear timepiece at this accessible price point. This level of accuracy, while not exceptional on paper, is actually a key reason why the 4R36 remains such a robust and popular workhorse. It's incredibly durable, it's known for being reliable, and it's affordable to service down the line. It really makes it a true set-it-and-forget-it kind of movement for daily adventures, rather than a delicate instrument you have to baby.
Right, it's built to last, not necessarily to win accuracy awards.
Precisely. In fact, this movement is so popular that its unbranded NH36 version, basically the same movement without the Seiko name on it, powers a whole array of other three-hand date timepieces across the industry, especially for many smaller watch brands that specialize in entry-level automatics.
Interesting. So it's powering other watches too. Okay, bringing it all together then, the Seiko Prospex SRPE93 truly secures its underwater bona fides with its strap, that black rubber silicone strap. 22 millimeters wide, nestles firmly into those stubby turtle leg lugs.
Yeah, and the strap's got that rippling, ridged texture near the lugs, which really adds to the watch's tool watch character. It feels very purposeful.
It does.
And the brushing and polishing on the buckle cleverly echoes the finishing on the case itself. It's a nice, cohesive touch. The choice of this robust rubber strap leaves absolutely no doubt that Seiko intends this watch to be worn for diving or, other active and adventurous pursuits.
Yeah, it's not exactly subtle.
Not at all. Well, some might jokingly say it would stand out like a sore thumb worn with a dress shirt.
Maybe a bit.
In today's world of kind of look at me, watch wardrobing, breaking those old rules is half the fun for some people. You see divers with suits all the time now.
True enough. So after diving into all these details, the history, the design, the movement, the strap, what does this all mean for you, the listener, the person considering this watch?
Perhaps we've saved one of the best parts for last, the price. The Seiko Prospex SRPE93 retails for a very accessible $495.
$495. Finding this combination, the classical heritage, that undeniable retro charm, the rugged build quality, the iconic design, and a reliable in-house mechanical movement. Finding all that at a price point under $500 is, well, it's incredibly rare these days.
It really is. It begs the question, doesn't it? How does this watch manage to offer so much value without compromising on its core identity?
And the fact that it carries nearly as much historical dive watch cachet as much loftier timepieces with the price tags to match, watches like a Rolex Submariner, an Omega Seamaster, or a Blancpain 50 Fathoms, that's a decided bonus.
Absolutely. It punches way above its weight class in terms of history and recognition.
You're not just getting a watch, you're getting incredible bang for your buck and really a genuine piece of horological history on your wrist. So, we've dived deep into the Seiko Turtle SRPE93 today. We traced its lineage from that original 1976 model through its evolutions and its triumphant return, and then right into its modern iteration, the SRPE93. We've explored every detail from its unique case shape to its reliable movement and the specific design choices that make it truly an icon.
But we've seen how a watch can be both a highly functional tool and a profound cultural artifact, really, blending robust engineering with an unmistakable aesthetic that just resonates through generations. This journey through the Seiko Turtle's legacy really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If a watch can embody so much history, so much character, and sheer capability at such an accessible price point, well, what other hidden gems of design and engineering might be out there just waiting for you to discover?